Week 9 of training for the London Marathon. Hi everyone, we're back in London from our trip to Italy. I'm off to the Hoka store to pick up some Cielo X2 2.0s. The newest version of the race shoe that I wore for Big Sur. Gonna pick up a pair because I don't have any race shoes with me, and also Hoka wants me to wear them for the race so I can create some content around it. Came home to my dream pants. These are from Constanca in Trudeau, Lisbon-based designer that I met actually on my trip, and she went to New York for a Fashion Week thing, which is where I tried on these pants, and they finally were produced and sent to me. Cool. I think I'm going to Lisbon with Henry in the beginning of April, so I'll probably go back to the studio when I'm there. Let's go to the Hoka store. I will take you guys along. I feel very fucking scattered today. Some new artwork. We had some extra frames that we didn't buy art for, so found some beautiful stuff. Just went to the Hoka store to pick up this Cielo X1 2.0, which are their newest super shoe. I tried them on in the store, but obviously haven't run in them yet. The race is on Sunday, so I'll try to run a few miles in them before I run the half marathon, but I've run in the Cielo X1s before. They're good for races because they have a carbon plate. A Hoka outfit as well. I'm gonna be racing in all black, which feels weird because I always wear like a lot of bright color, but switching it up for the race, I'm going to see one of my favorite artists right now. If you guys don't know Banks, she is an amazing artist. She's an amazing singer, songwriter, and I've loved her music since I've been like 15. I have this app called Dice that updates you with different concerts and events and even like going out things. She released an album today, and so there's an acoustic performance of the new album, and it's at Rough Trade East, which is a record store here in London. So I have a call at 3 o'clock, and then I'm gonna walk down there. I think I get like an album signed or something, which is very exciting. I don't have like anywhere to play an album in this apartment, but I'll cherish it. I'm so excited. So we're gonna do that, get home, and I have a lot to do just before Paris. I had a big salad for lunch. I truly haven't eaten a vegetable in the past weekend. Henry and I were just eating so much bread, prosciutto, and cheese, which was great, but my body needs, you know, some fiber, we shall say. Let's go see Banks.
Disproportionate reactions fuse with my eager state. That's why you wanna come out and play with me, yeah.
Wednesday, March 6th, Henry and I went to the gym this morning. I basically did mobility at the gym because the race is on Sundays, so I don't need to lift this week, but I just went with him for like moral support. I went and tested out the Cielo X1 2.0s that I picked up. Those are gonna be my race shoes, so I ran a mile in them just to see what they feel like. They're a very speedy shoe that like propels you forward, has the infamous Hoka rocker, which I like, so I'm excited to race in them and just see what my body does. I do a lot of like meditative thinking and self-talk on the train and then throughout the weekend, like leading up to the race, because I don't really have a plan going into this race. I don't even know where the course is. I haven't done my research because it was like sprung onto me so last minute, but I'm kind of using that as fuel to not overthink. I tend to be an anxious overthinker. I knew about Big Sur like so many months out. I was Googling like every little detail about that marathon. And for Paris, I'm just kind of, the less I know, the better. And I think that'll really help me just lock in when I get there, trust my body, trust my training, and trust that I've been in these situations before. So I'm gonna PR. I think last week I was hesitant of like, do I race this or do I just run it in like an easy kind of fun pace? But the more that I thought about it, I was like, why wouldn't I race it? Like, why? I put so much energy into running and so much time into it. To be scared of failing is something that I need to get over and just like put myself in the situation and run as fast as I fucking can. And once again, if I don't hit this goal time that I have in my head, it's not the end of the fucking world. Like, the world will move on and keep spinning and no one cares. Book for this video, it's all about anxiety, a great theme for me, and I'm going to get a massage right now, and then I have 3 different calls later in the day. Henry and I are gonna pack tonight, and then we are off to Paris tomorrow. I think we have to wake up at 5 a.m. to catch the train. So it's gonna be an early morning, but I'm excited to be traveling, have this opportunity. We'll take you guys along for all of it, of course, but let's go get our massage.
Carriage. Votre attention s'il vous plaît, ce train Eurostar 906.
We are on the Eurostar to Paris. It's been about 2 hours. hours. We're gonna get in at like 10 a.m. I'm gonna fuck around and shop today. I think Henry has to work. It's a Thursday, and there's a party at the new Hoka store here in Paris, so we're gonna go to that. But I'm super excited. I went to Paris last year, so I'm excited to be back. I feel like I have a lot of places on my list that I want to try. Okay, we're here in Paris. The sun is out. It's beautiful. Took the Eurostar here, which is the train. It was actually really nice. I'm happy we did not take a flight. I got some bad news yesterday about career stuff, so kind of setting myself into a spiral once again. Just sick of getting no's and just feeling like so rejected, and it's really like fucking with my self-worth. Like, as much as I think I'm good, it's like when you hear a lot of no's, you start to believe that like you're worthless, and you just start to believe like all the negative things that are happening to you are like justified. So I'm trying to hang in there and just really enjoy this moment in Paris, though I am quite stressed out. I'm not gonna like share exactly what I'm talking about, but whatever. Henry has a call right now, and then I'm gonna meet him for lunch later. It's about noon right now. It is Thursday, so like I don't really have to do anything up until Saturday in terms of like half marathon stuff, which is nice. Get to explore Paris.
Ça, c'est nos peignes, notre gamme de peignes qu'on fait faire en Suisse, dans la dernière entreprise qui fait fabriquer ces peignes totalement à la main.
Day 2 in Paris. Changed outfits from earlier today. I did a little bit of shopping, and I decided that like this shirt and these glasses go better with my outfit than what I was wearing before. Didn't do anything this morning. Henry and I got breakfast at our hotel. We went on a little walk, and now I'm out shopping, but I'm gonna meet him for lunch. I'm like tapering for the marathon, so not really doing a lot of running. Okay, it is morning of the half marathon. I have my race kit on, my bib on. I haven't really run in the shoes that I'm racing in, so this is just an experiment. I feel like it's very low stakes. There's not really anyone like out here kind of surveilling what I do. I could run it for fun, I could run it fast, and I think I'm just gonna do it for myself and kind of see where my body is at. A little bit of a check-in before I run the London Marathon. For the last half I did, I like face planted, so I think as long as I don't do that, I think this race will be good. It's a beautiful day in Paris. I will talk to you guys once I finish up the race. Hi everyone, it is a Tuesday back here in London. I feel like I told you guys nothing about the half marathon yet, so let's get into it. You probably saw in my social media, like Instagram, TikTok, I guess before this video is posted, how it generally went. So no, I did not PR the race. I know in the video that I made like before the race, I was talking about how excited to rip it. I think previously I was tentative of like, oh, maybe I hurt myself, and then the other part of me was like, bitch, you have an opportunity to run a half marathon, you should try to fucking PR and like use that. Stupid. And I went to the Hoka store as I showed you guys, and I picked up a pair of race shoes. I didn't really realize with the size conversion that they were too small for me, so I tested them out in like the shakeout run and shit, but I didn't really notice off of like a few miles that they were too small for me, nor was there anything I could really do. First 3 miles of the race, I was running really fast, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna PR it, this is gonna be sick. And then I couldn't feel my feet for like the entire race. I could not feel my toes, especially on my right foot. I've lost a few toenails, and it just was overall very painful. So I did not PR because I am a dumbass. I will take accountability for that. But I think more of what I learned is like how to push through when you think that you cannot physically make it. Like my boyfriend Henry was so sweet, and he was biking along the course and like handing me water and just encouraging me. And he really thought I could PR too, so expecting me to like go fast transitions and like feel good in my body. You know, he was texting me all throughout the race, and then like I just told him like I don't have it. Like I thought I really had this race, but it's not gonna go well. And if you're already hurting at the 5K point, like 3 miles into a 13.1 mile race, it's not gonna go well. So every time I saw him after that, I was just like bitching and moaning and crying and like, oh my God, this sucks. And like, I know I have to keep going, but everything in my body is just telling me to stop because there's so much pain. So mentally it was a battle, but I'm happy that I completed it and learned a lot about myself during that race. Struggling moving to London with confidence, self-talk, just feeling like I have purpose and value and so many things, right? And so as it comes to running, I think I've started to question like, what is my value as a runner? When it comes to social media and like talking to you guys and inspiring other people, like I feel like I peaked at the New York City Marathon and then I'm just like fallen off. So it's hard for me to feel like I have impact and, I don't know, meaning with my running kind of career, I guess. So I think a lot of times the only way people really care is if you PR or do something super fancy. And since I didn't PR, it just kind of like, I don't know, made me upset with myself, but now you guys are getting a fucking diary entry. The race was fun. It was so much fun to be in Paris. I admittedly did not take this camera around when Henry and I were like kind of exploring together. I did film a lot of iPhone content. I see like any of the places I went. I think my Instagram and TikTok would have that more than YouTube does. Like halfway through the book that I read for this video, the book is talking about uncertainty and how when you're uncertain, like that's when life happens. And if you try to like control everything, you're not really living life to its fullest extent. So I was trying to read that book before the weekend just to talk about like uncertainty with my mindset and kind of what's next for me. I do have a call with a talent agency tomorrow, I believe, or we're setting up the call. So I signed with a talent agency the day that I got to Paris just because I've been like overwhelmed with content and not having a network here. And I'm like, fuck it, you know, it's a 3-month trial period. So I always can step out after that if I don't like the agency for whatever reason. But I'm excited. I feel hopeful with the agency. I'm going to finish reading this book in the park and then I will talk to you guys about the book. Morning everyone, it is a Wednesday here in London and I just finished up the book that's called The Wisdom of Insecurity by Alan Watts. Alan Watts is a Zen scholar, so it's a very like philosophical book, a lot about control and that you can control your life. It goes into depth of talking about religion and science and kind of conflicting views of, you know, what we have control over, kind of how does death come about, metaphysical, so like you versus your brain or you versus your body. The book emphasizes that we can't control the future and the only moment that we can live in is now, which is the present. It talks a lot about the tension between pleasure and pain, and we are constantly seeking out pleasure and trying to avoid our pain and try to run away from your pain and run away from your fear. It only creates like a negative loop with more of it in the present, and just kind of accept that this is the only moment that we really know. When we think about the past, we think about memories, for sure they're valid, but memories kind of give us this idea that, okay, this has happened in the past, or this kind of happens like consistently in society, so this is what I think is going to happen in the future. Every moment is different, and I surely felt this after my dad died, just like losing the sense of control over anything. It was so unexpected how things can really change in an instant, like 20 days from death to diagnosis for my dad, that totally changed the trajectory of my life and my family's life. The book was a good like reminder about the present and just kind of living in this moment. I feel definitely anxious about the future. Moving to London has really made that noise of like, what am I supposed to be doing a lot louder? I think New York, I was in more of a routine where I just felt comfortable, and I'm definitely growing and out of my comfort zone here, which is always good, but I do spiral about the future and have a lot of anxiety. So I think the book was a good check-in for me. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you in the next one.